I think that we're live.
It does appear that way. I'm
It
gonna.
appears that way. Hi, everybody.
Hi, friends.
Say hello so that we can see that you're watching.
I'm trying to reload the page so I can see that we're live. Hey, I see us. Yay.
You see us? Okay, yeah, we're live.
We're doing it. We're back again.
You've got it. We're figuring these things out every single time lately. I love it.
We're tech savvy, even during a retrograde. I don't know. I feel really good about it.
I do too. I do too. And by the way, we're in the last week of Mercury retrograde. I'm very excited for this. Because it's been like, it just kind of, I always feel like with Mercury retrograde, like I always start like, yeah, I've got this, right? And then it like just kind of builds. And by the end, you're just so done and so tired. I don't know. Are you feeling like that too?
I have felt such a mixed energy this time around. Usually I'm kind of like, oh, it's really heavy. Oh, like I'm having like great day, like hard day, great day, hard day, great. Like I feel like $1,000,000 today. But the other day, not so much. So I don't know. I mean, I think the thing is too, is like, if you understand how to get rid of other people's energy, it's a little easier to navigate when you're not taking on like the collective energy. Like we talk about that a lot, that everybody's going through something right now. So when you're not taking on the collective energy, it like puts you in a position to just deal with your own stuff. And I really feel like when you're in alignment, there's less to deal with. So let us know in the comments if you're watching, where you're watching from, and if you're like how you're doing right now. Are you feeling the heaviness of retrograde, or are you kind of having the back and forth feeling like I am? I mean, I'm always happy for retrograde to be over because I've got stuff to do and I need that momentum that comes post retrograde. But overall, so far okay. I am traveling tomorrow, and I did see that the Charlotte airport is flooding because they're doing construction. And somebody hit a pipe and it just bursted. It's like flooding through the whole thing right now. And I'm like, okay.
That's very Mercury retrograde. Yeah.
It is. I sent it to my husband. I was like laughing. I was like, this makes perfect sense. So
Yeah.
I'm anticipating tomorrow they've got it all squared away, but today the Charlotte airport is flooding.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna set the intention that just all flows so smoothly, because I know like you got that event and it's very exciting. It's gonna be a really good thing, and like you're saying, I feel like there's been like these like beautiful breakthrough moments in the middle of all of this, right? Like these green lights, these breakthrough moments, these beautiful magical moments where it's like, oh, like okay, so good things are happening, things are developing, and even just like these little pockets of energy that just feel like really good and bright and light. So I've had some days, like you're saying, where it's just been like so bright and light and felt really, really incredible. And then other times I'm like, whoa, I'm just getting hit with these waves of anxiety and sadness and, like just like stuff coming up, because I always feel like our stuff comes up during Mercury retrograde.
That has been like the client theme this week and last week. It's like people who have otherwise been in a really good spot really saying to me, like, I thought I was over this. I thought I was done with this. And so even if it's not a like physical thing that's occurring in your external world, a lot of people are having like this old stuff, old things that didn't go well, just kind of coming up like, why did I go through that? And like, maybe I'm not over it in the way I thought I was. And maybe I'm not healed this part of my life that I thought I did. And so I think that the message that's coming through for me with that is that we have to give ourselves grace and compassion for what we've been through and recognize that we're viewing this from an entirely different lens. If it's something you thought you were over and you're still getting hit with the wave of the emotion, it's just a good reminder that you're not the same person who went through that, and you're not the same person directly after that. Experiences like that change us and they mold us. And when we start to recognize our power, we can revisit an emotion and learn what we need to know about it, but then we get to move on.
Yeah. And I think too, like if we can recognize, like as things are coming up, if we can just approach it from this place of curiosity, this has been my approach through all of this. Like I've noticed these things come up and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Like for myself, I've seen that come up with my clients too. And I've just tried to approach it with curiosity. Like, what is this teaching me about me and where I'm at? and maybe where there's room for some adjustments, or what is this teaching me about some space where there still needs to be some healing or some old baggage that I'm needing to clear. So I've been just kind of looking at that and letting this energy teach me about myself and where I'm at, and where there's still this room for work and improvement. And like, so I've noticed for me, and with a lot of the people that I'm working with, a lot of the stuff that's coming up is, if you boil it all down, connected to the inner child. I think that our inner child right now for a lot of us is like freaking out, because in this energy too, like that we are starting to, I'm seeing some people like take some big leaps of faith, and there's some big things happening, big changes, big shifts, or even like these little shifts that we're making, but we have an understanding that these shifts are leading on some level to like some bigger changes in our lives. It's really stirring up that inner child, like creating this situation where the inner child within us is feeling scared, panicked, like, wait a minute, this isn't what I've always known, this isn't how we've done things. And so I've found myself really needing to just like take that time and talk to my inner child, soothe my inner child, coach my inner child through that, really parent my inner child through that, like in a way that's really soothing and relaxing, so that we can lean into the inner child part of ourselves that is like, when I think about children, I think about like their ability to connect with adventure, and for life to be an adventure, and life to be fun, and life to be playful. And so as we like soothe that scared inner child, we can embrace that adventurous inner child that is excited about where we're going. But I think we have to like take that time to like connect with that and talk with the inner child, and bring that soothing energy. So I might even look a little weird, but I'm just like, it's okay, you're okay, everything's going to be okay. And I catch myself doing that a lot lately. So it's definitely something that I think that people can incorporate to help ease them through the rest of these retrogrades that we have going on.
Yeah, it's funny you're saying inner child stuff, because I posted a Instagram story or Instagram reel today, and I was like, your 13-year-old self would think you're really cool. Like, if you think you're not doing well in life, if you really were to look back from the perspective of you as a kid, you'd be really proud of where you've come and how you've dealt with things, and have a lot more compassion for what you've been through. And I was working with a client yesterday, and she kept having issues where she felt like she kept making money, and felt like all of this focus on money, and how like just anytime she would feel like money wasn't coming through, she would have this big, like real deep response to it. And we did some energy work with her and went kind of back into meditation, and she was like, I know why this is so important. And it came out that she had been essayed. I'm not going to say that on Facebook Live, but she had been essayed, and she told her mom, and her mom said, what do you want me to do? We don't have money to leave. So we might start seeing this mixture of needing to address the inner child and needing to reflect on what we're doing now and why things are so important to us based on that. So I think you're absolutely right, is we've got this really beautiful time of reflection. And I've been telling people, I feel like on the other side of this retrograde, things are good. I think there's momentum. I think there's good energy. I think there's a lot of positivity on the other side of this. So our job is to get that momentum flowing in the right direction. It's just, it's just accepting what is right now and rocking with it and flowing with it. But I think we're like right on the edge of greatness if we're willing to face our own shit. If we're not willing to face our own shit, I don't know if you're going to find yourself in the same shit by the next retrograde. Like, this is up to you to do something with yourself and with your life and with where you're at. And if you're not willing to look at it, then I think you're going to see it again.
Yeah,
this,
I
like
think we have to be
open.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, open to change, open to adjusting and going with where the flow is leading us. And I think that people are having a lot of light bulb moments where they're like, oh, like this is what I need to do, this is what I need to work on. If you're not getting those yet, I think that you will be, especially if you're willing to take a look and to make those changes. And if you're finding yourself in a place where you're feeling like you need some extra help, you can certainly work one-on-one with Nichole or I, but we also have an exciting retreat coming up that will allow you to do so much of this work that you're now aware of, thanks to these retrogrades, over the course of 48 hours.
We really want to help you clear these blocks. I call them blocks to your blessings, the things that feel heavy within us that we've been dragging around and carrying around forever. And what Christy and I are going to do with this retreat is really help you go in and get that out and create space so that you feel more powerful in your life to create the things that you really want for yourself. Because I know that nagging feeling like there's got to be more to what I'm doing. Like I want to feel more fulfilled. I want to feel better in my life. And this is exactly what this retreat is doing. We don't take enough time that's just for us. We really don't. Like time is so valuable. And we've been saying you can spend thousands in therapy and you can spend years in therapy, or you can come to this retreat and see what work we can get done in 48 hours, because we really keep it an intimate environment. So it is customized to you to help you through the things that you need help with. But really, we're going to help and do the work, some of the work for you. We're really going to clear out this energy for you so that you can feel lighter, more clear in your head and in what you want, and be able to quickly reach what you want.
And so like we're going to be working on that clearing aspect of it, which is so important in creating that space for better things. And like on the other side of doing that, then we're going to be connecting you to better things. We're going to be helping to connect you to your inner voice, to trusting your gut, to listening to your intuition, to your confidence, to make decisions for yourself, to lead your own journey, and also to step into the magic that exists in the world, right? So learning how to create the life of your dreams, how to manifest the life of your dreams, how to co-create the life of your dreams, whatever you want to call that. But we have a lot of magic sprinkled into that as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Our last retreat was sold out and it was incredible. People had the transformation we expected them to have, and maybe even better than we expected them to have. And not to mention this retreat includes your stay. It includes your meals, except for meal night one, which is up to you if you want to even join us for that. And it just gives you a chance to sit with a community of people who are growing and who are thriving and who are working on themselves. And I think that that's an irreplaceable part of what we do, is that community, because it's really hard to grow when you're around people who don't value growth. And it's really hard to grow when you are somebody who people are making fun of for trying to do better in your life. So this is people who are willing to be vulnerable, who are willing to sit in that space and say, I want to change my life. And if you are somebody who wants to change your life, there are different options to make this accessible to you. So there's payment plans. You can split a room with somebody and it cuts it pretty much in half. And we're excited to have you. This is an event that will serve you well. Like if you feel called to join us, I just know what you'll get out of it. Christy and I have almost 40 years of combined experience are trained as masters in mental health counseling, but we also have this deep intuition and energetic knowledge that really takes everything you do. Like we used to call this the quantum glow up, because it's the ability to basically change your life in such a short amount of time. But really now we're talking about it as easy as we can. It's a 48-hour vibe upgrade. We're going to make you feel better in 48 hours or less.
Or less, yeah. We're bringing that therapeutic approach to it. We're bringing that background as mental health therapists, but also we're bringing that spiritual piece to it, the energetic piece. Like, so it just has all of the facets that I think helps people to grow and to create rapid change in their lives. So it's a really beautiful commitment to make to yourself.
Agreed. Well, we would love to see you there. And if you feel compelled, we will drop a link somewhere in here. But please feel free, if you have questions, to message us, or if you're wondering about certain things, like let us know, because we want to see you thrive. We want to see you win. We want to see you succeed. And the thing about this is when you start to change your inner world, it will impact your outer world. So if you've been stuck with your business, if you've been stuck with your relationships, if you've been stuck with your relationship with your kids, like all of these things will be positively impacted. Even people who were at the retreat last time were getting phone calls and messages from their kids, from their family members, from their employees. And it was like all good news. So don't underestimate the power of energy, that when you start to change yours, everything around it changes. But we would love to see you there at the 48-hour vibe upgrade. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will be on probably next week, I bet.
Yeah. Well, not next week, the week after.
Just kidding. Don't listen
Yeah.
to me. Bye.
I am going to be taking a break next week, and so I'm going to be way less available. It's a much needed break on the other side of all these retrogrades, so I'm going to just like focus on my kids next week. So I will see all of you guys on the other side of that, but we definitely will have a live coming up the week afterwards.
Yes. And let us know in the meantime if you have any questions. We'd love to answer them. We're going to jump over on TikTok. So if you follow either one of us on TikTok and you missed the first half of this, come join us over there. And we'll catch you soon.
Bye.